What's going on, guys? Abrasive here. So leading off the example from the biggest platforms on YouTube, I decided to start a bit new series with our own news. While I know that we have news from official 9th Age teams, I feel like most of them are pretty much corporate bullshit by now, and it's really hard to get a good grasp on what's going on. And I think that there are some things that are worth knowing for everyone, not only few individuals. And those are the things that are not known to the wider public usually. So I will try to give you from time to time some insight on what's going on. And if there are interesting things happening outside of the forums and such, I will have the one public service announcement right here about the Universal Battle. I will also let you know. I think you will enjoy those, and I think that they are really useful. So pay close attention and hear me out here. I'm hoping to not get too much heat on that. And I usually try to not get political and such, but I think there are things that should be known to the wider audience and that are just hidden because all the structures and all the bullshit and such. So let's start with the first news. Okay, how many of you know what EXB stands for? This is executive board. Basically, those are the guys who are deciding the future of the game and how the game will develop, what's the structure of all the other teams and such. Of course, there is also advisory team for them and lots of other people, but those are the main people taking the major decisions in the project. So obviously the executive guys don't necessarily have to be players and such, so I'm sure they all are trying their best. I know Blondebeer a bit more than the rest, and I think he's an excellent guy here. But those are the people who you should pay attention to, who are taking care of our game from the top perspective. Okay, but today we are not talking about the executive board, we are talking about the rules team. So rules team is basically a team who is now taking care of the balance. A few months before we had also the balancing team, and the balancing team was taking care of the points and such, and the rules team was only about the designs, and then they were accepting or rejecting the points, but mostly all the points that were set for the balance team were accepted. Now all those things are under the decisions of the rules team. And the rules team had gone a lot of personal changes in the recent times. So here you have the list of the guys that are on the rules team. Bear in mind, those are the guys that are taking care of the designs and of all the points. So basically the whole essence of the game. So if the design is in the game, this is only in the game because it was approved by the rules team. If the points are in the game, then those are only the effect of the rules team now. How many of those guys do you know? We've had great players on the rules team and on the balancing team. So we had guys like Lage from Sweden. We had guys like Wilhelm Gröfte, very good guy, very good player. We had Frederick, yours truly was also on the balancing team. We had Daniel Di Giorgio, who is a Maltese guy who held the high score on the ATC. He scored 119, I think. 1 year with hex rates. It was pretty funny. So in general, most of the 9th Age times, it was taken care of by one of the best players around. And now, this is the new rules team, decided I think a few weeks ago. I'm not talking about the personal level because I have to say I don't know many of those guys on the personal level, but there is no players here. Those are the guys who are taking care of the balance, of the equality terms of the game. And there are no players. Like, let's take a look at the last ETC. This is all the countries from the previous ETC in order, just from the tourney keeper. So where are our rules team guys? We had 2, at the 15th and like 20th spot in the teams. Okay, but maybe they did well individually. No, the one did like 80th spot and the second one was 160th. Those are not players. The 4 other guys were not even playing here. I think none of them will be present at the WTC. How can you expect people who have very little idea on the high level competitive play to be able to balance the game properly? This is the question we should all be asking ourselves. And I'm going to bet that 90% of you had no idea who was on the rules team, who was taking care of the points, who was taking care of the balance. And the thing that actually I want to point out with this, because, well, this is nothing. Like, this is the decision of the EXB. I can say, okay, I might be wrong. They might be excellent guys to do the proper balancing, because this is not necessarily correlated. But what I'm outraged about here is actually they removed 2 of the guys from the rules team, and they've been let go. What is the most outrageous is that the XB and RT is spreading around the rumors in the internal teams that both of those guys just left because they wanted to divide their time to other projects. And this is a straight up lie. They've been let go. This is a major difference. Because I can totally understand when sometimes just decides to leave because they want to do other things. That's totally fair. But you can't say that someone left because they want to do other things, while in reality you just let them go. This is a major difference. And I'm not going to stand by and listen to the lies. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot claim that I know what's best for the game. But I can claim that lies are bad, and that we should, and that lying to the players and lying to the internal teams especially is outrageous. And the second thing that I want to point out in the same spirit, you know, guys, we had a discussion about the magical terrains and all this stuff, and there has been vote on the ETC forums whether we should use the magical terrains or not. And the decision of the captains was that we are not supposed to use magical terrains on this year's ETC. And this is fair enough. I'm totally fair with the decision. I was personally supporting the magical terrains because I think they bring something new to the game, but it's all fair, especially because the captains are usually very averse against everything that is new. And that's totally fair. But I think that the major thing that impacted this decision is this little line in the official map pack. The design of the map ensures there will not be any significant loss in gaming experience in either case, so with or without magical terrains. And this is straight off lie. I've been working on a team that was proposing these maps, and everyone who worked on this team knows that removing magical terrains will decrease the value of the maps, will decrease the balance between deployment zones, between sides. This is straight off lie. And I know that this was the decision of XP to put this in line just to appeal to both audiences that like the magical terrain and that don't like magical terrain. Maybe the decision to make magical terrain impact the maps was stupid, but it was the decision that has been made. And putting here the sentence that there will not be any significant loss in gaming experience is a straight off lie. And I think that pretty much everyone who voted on the maps have no idea that this is the case. To be honest, I feel like most of the people vote on the basis, okay, let's take a look at the maps. Let's have a closer, okay, do they look fine? Yeah, they look fine. But I don't like magical terrains, and they said that there is no difference between magical terrains and not, so let's not play with magical terrains, right? This is just not right. This is just not. Those are two very, very big lies, in my opinion, that really change my perception of what is happening and what's going on. I'm really afraid, but let's see how this develops. I'm sure lots of you guys who play on Universal Battle know the guy named Gimli, and he's actually having a second account, which is Great Dwarf 455. He is an outrageous person. He's cheating blatantly. He is offending his opponents. If anyone points out that he's cheating, he's kicking the person who points out that he's cheating from the game. And this is my public service announcement. Guys, don't play this guy. Do not ever play this guy. I think this is just a guy with some problems. And by playing with him, you are encouraging him to do it further. He's playing lots of different armies. So please make no mistake. I'm not the only one who has this opinion. I've been talking to lots of people, and lots of people in the comments will probably say that I'm right here. And this is the best proof. Look at the game names. Gimli plays as Great Dwarf. Stop cheating, Gimli. Come on, guys, this is serious. This is serious, because this is a poisonous member of the community, and we don't want to encourage him. And I want to let you know, guys, this is the guy you should never play against on Universal Battle. Never. He will cheat, he will offend you, he will lie, and if he is losing, he will even resort to kicking everyone out of the game. This is the worst player that I've ever met on Universal Battle. And I could probably find lots of more screens with him blatantly cheating than the one that I presented. But in all fairness, I think more and more people are aware, and a few months ago you could see him playing a few games a week, and now I can see him trying to find games for much longer time than usual, because everyone who played him will agree with me. And I had countless times that I told the person, please don't play this guy, wait a bit longer for someone else, don't play this guy. And he said, okay, I believe you, but I want to try out. And after the game, the person messaged me and said, yeah, you were totally right, I should not have played this guy. Okay, and this is the moment where we end the first news segment. And I don't know, I will try to make them not as regular, because in all honesty, I think that we are having a very nice game, and there is no need to make more divisions. But when I'm lied to, and when the community is lied to, and when the internal teams are lied to, I cannot stand and listen to that. So I hope I won't be needing to do much more of those. But when I will gather some news that I consider important for you guys to know, I will make another one. See you in the next video, and don't kill the messenger, please. Cheers.